my first book haul. I decided to go and split this video up into two parts because when I was originally making this, I didn't realize that I talk so much. So I apologize for the long videos, but hello and welcome, and let us begin. The books that I have are The Infernal Devices, Clockwork Angel, and The Infernal Devices, Clockwork Prince, and both are in the manga form. And basically this series is kind of like fantasy, steampunkish type stuff, but there's basically a race called the Shadow Hunters, and they're like Nephilim, which is basically half angel, half human, and the main character, well, one of the main ones, but like the protagonist of this is Tessa Gray, and she's coming from New York over to London to presumably see her brother, but then stuff happens, and she discovers that she has this power to shapeshift, and then she basically goes on this journey of self-discovery to try to figure out what exactly she is, and the only one who truly knows that is her worst enemy, and he causes a lot of trouble for her and the Shadow Hunters. And yeah, this is just a really lovely series. Definitely recommend. And I'll probably do like reviews of like the manga and books at some point, but I think I should probably reread the books first. But anyways, the series is by Cassandra Clare, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce the person who does the art, but I'll try. It's something along the lines of Hayekun Young Bayek? I really don't know. So the next one is more along the lines of like horror and suspense, and this one is The Orphan Choir by Sophie Hannah, and basically it's about a woman who has a son that goes off to like this prestigious boarding school, and she's alone living in the city with her husband, and she has this neighbor who plays this strange, haunting choir music, and she's really weirded out about it, and she's the only one who can hear it. So she begs her husband to go and move out to the countryside, but the music follows them there, and she's still the only one who can apparently hear it, and it's freaking her out. So I guess in this she's trying to find out like if there's some hidden meaning or message or something behind all this choir music. But yeah, freaky stuff. Wouldn't want that to happen to me. I'm kind of slightly nervous just talking about it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it though. So the next one is nonfiction, and I never really heard about this guy before, but basically I went into Barnes and Noble, and before I started my shopping spree, I went to the bathroom, and then when I came out, like one of the first sections that I happened to run into like had to do with crime and stuff. So I ended up running into this novel called Mafia Prince, Inside America's Most Violent Crime Family and the Bloody Fall of La Cosa Nostra by Philippe Leonetti with Scott Bernstein and Christopher Graziano. And apparently Philip Leonetti was the youngest ever underboss, and he was an underboss for like the crime boss of like this Philadelphia mafia family, and he like was the underboss for I think his uncle, and I think he was named like Scarfo or something, his uncle. I'm not really sure, but I think he ended up turning in like some sort of like evidence or something in a trial, and he ended up getting like a few crime bosses convicted or something like that. I'm not really sure. I don't really know much about him, but I thought it would be an interesting read, and I actually found like another Mafia one when I was there, and I don't remember the name of it, but like it had to do with like this mafia guy who used to be friends with like a guy who became an FBI agent, and then they wind up like going head to head. But I believe that one was a true one too. But I unfortunately didn't have enough money to buy it because I opted to go and buy a book for my mother instead. So I wound up being like just shy of the amount that I needed to go and purchase that book, and I opted to just not buy it because, you know, it's nice to get gifts for people sometimes, and I don't do that enough. But the one that I got for my mother, which I obviously don't have on me now because she has it because she's reading it, is called Angel Cats, Divine Messengers of Comfort, and it's by Alan and Linda Anderson. And I don't know, it's basically like a collection of like stories of like cats that were involved to like responding to some sort of like human need, like if like it was an emergency or something. But sounded nice. My mother and I love cats, so I thought it would be a good book to get her. So, the next book. Before I go and show this one, quick story. A few weeks before I went to the bookstore to go and like buy these books, I was at Denny's and I was wearing my angel bracelet that has the archangels Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, and Uriel, or however you pronounce his name. There's like a few different ways, but I pronounce it Uriel. But as you can see, I am missing Uriel. Or maybe you can't see, but I'm missing Uriel. And I lost him while I was at Denny's, and a few weeks later, I end up happening along this gem, and it is Angel Astrology 101 by Doreen Virtue and Yasmin Boland. And you guys don't know me, but I've always been interested in like astrology and horoscopes and stuff like that. I'm honestly kind of an amateur though, so I don't know like a bunch of stuff about it. Just like, you know, basic stuff. Read your newspaper, find a horoscope, stuff like that. But then I'm also really into angelology and anything having to do with angels, so I was so surprised when I found this, and I was so happy. And I kind of see now that losing the Uriel on my bracelet might have been a sign, because Uriel, he basically has many like duties and stuff associated with him, but the things that like I associate most are that he has to do with like wisdom and insight, and he's also a patron saint of poetry, which is really cool. And apparently, he is also the one that watches over the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is my sun sign, my Mars sign, my Juno sign, and my Uranus sign. Which I just learned recently about like the other three, but I always knew like he was my sun sign. Like, well, Aquarius was my sun sign, but yeah, I just learned recently that Uriel like watches over like people of that sign, and I think that's cool, and I think that he may have had something to do with like leading me to find this book, so I'm really happy and thankful. So I do still wish that like I still had them on my bracelet, and I may have to go and like buy another bracelet just because of that. But we'll see. But anyways, I only read like part of the book so far, but it's been pretty interesting so far. And I don't know, and it'll just be like a good resource for me for like, I really love the pages in these because like it's like so pretty. There's like such gorgeous like colors and everything. Like, look at all these. There's also like, there's purple. So there's like this one. I really love this one. You probably can't see it that well on there, but it's like a pretty like pinkish purple. It's all like starry and stuff, but yeah, I'm really happy about finding this. So I decided for like the next part just to like talk about like the books that I did get that I don't like have a physical copy on me of. And first one is We Hardly See Each Other Anymore by Merritt Malloy, and I got this one for my mother, one of the few that I got this month for my mother. But basically a book of poetry, and I mean I really like her. She's a nice poet. And another one I got from my mother was Get to the Heart, My Story by Barbara Mandrell, and I guess she's like a fairly famous like country artist. I don't know, I've never really heard of her or anything before. I got this one where I actually do have the copy on me because I haven't given it to her yet because I just got it in the mail today, but it is My Song for Him Who Never Sang to Me by Merritt Malloy, and this one is another book of poetry, so yeah. And then on top of that, what are the other things I got? I know I got some ebooks, like I got like 6 different ebooks. Like one of them I technically didn't even get in this month. I think I got it like last month, but it was like a giveaway type thing, and then I got like a pre-order for it, and it finally became like available like a couple days ago, so I haven't even touched it yet. But anyways, like I got like 6 ebooks this month, and like I think like oh wait, no. I got 7 ebooks this month, and like 5 of them were for free. So the first one is called Forever Fae, from the Forever Fae series by L.P. Dover, and I honestly don't know what this one is about. I mean, I'm just one of those people where like if it says the word free, I'm gonna get it, whatever it is. But like I'm assuming this has to do with fairies if it says fae. So, but I also think it had to do with like romance or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we'll just put that into like fantasy romance category. I really don't know. The other 4 that I got for free were the Raven's Crossing series, and that is apparently by Andy Leah. Hopefully, Andy Leah, Amanda Corliss, and Wes Thornhill. And that one I have no clue what it is about. I got it because it was like free that day. So yeah.